after a day of drag racing with the 54 at the Blue Suede Cruise, I broke an axle, and you'll probably see it in the video. When I launch, the car bogs, and bogs at the point that I had to almost push the clutch in to save it, or did push the clutch in to save it from stalling. When I did that, I pushed it in, gave it the business again, dumped the clutch, and I was about 10 to 20 foot out down the track. Hooked hard, just sheared the left axle clean off. At least that's what I think happened, because I jacked it up when I was at the track and it just free spins the left rear wheel here, and it boiled the tire like after the axle broke. So I just putted it down the track. But the on the way home was interesting because it's near impossible to take off from an intersection without spinning the tires. But gonna jack it up here, and there is some video that it might have already been shown. It might be after this, before this. I don't know when it gets edited in. But on the way home, it's just kind of funny. It pulls under throttle. It pulls hard to the left, and then when you get off and it decels, it pulls hard to the right. It's different than driving an open diff vehicle. It's not the same thing. You don't have that even if it's open diff, you don't have that differential to still deliver power to both wheels. Maybe it's not like 100%, but it keeps the car going straight on the road. And this car now tracks horribly because the steering box is a little loose. So we're going to try to apart and see what we can find. I'm just anxious to see. So here we go. That shouldn't do that. It's a spool. You've seen the Gasser Willys. It's called the Rebel Reaper. It's got a 400-inch AMC in it. Runs a stick shift, and it runs a 57 Oldsger, or 57 to 64 Oldsger. I talked to him about it a little bit 2 years ago. I told him what I was running, and he's like, I told him I got a welded diff. He's like, you'll break that. And he said, I said, I got stock axes. He said, you'll break those. He was right, which I knew it was coming. I knew it was part of the game. It was bound to happen. Just didn't know how soon. I had a feeling something was going to happen this weekend. Can't be too loud here in town. It wasn't the shoes that were stuck, it was stuck on the flange. Like I said, this is a 57 Olds rear end, and they're like a 9-inch in the fact they have a removable center section and they have bearing flange. retainers on the outside, so if you do snap an axle, you won't lose the wheel. I mean, obviously if you snap it out here, then you will, but that's not very common. The weaker link is inside. This one I bought off of a guy out west of here where we live in Ohio, and bought the complete rear end for I think 250 bucks. The guy parts out late 50s, early 60s Oldsmobiles, and he had like 3 of these to choose from, and I choose the stronger one with the better webbing, but it was like a 342 or a 360 open. I think it's a 342. It actually has decent highway manners, but just sucks for launching at the strip. Obviously the bog and then dumping the clutch again. But I think I'm to the point now where I'm kind of overdriving it, like on the street a lot, and just I need to start doing things to make it faster and make it actually work. Okay, I got it. Had to use a 6-foot long spud bar, but I got it. Ready? Reveal. Oh yeah. Yeah, see? That, my friends, will do it every time. Twisted it clean off. My favorite thing is that it made it all the way home from Norwalk, which is an hour and 45 for us. Yeehaw. Those are brand new bearings last year. Alright, another day working on the 54. Got the pieces out and seen the broken one, but I got the other side out so I could knock the other axle stub out. Couldn't get it with a magnet. So here is the axle out of the passenger side. That's the driver. Passenger side. Now as you can see where it snapped at the cut there. But if you look real close, I don't know how well I turn on the camera, being it's a GoPro I can't see the lens, but if you look, they go, these angle over and then straight. So this is actually twisted. So I'm going to pull the center section out of it to get the chunk of axle out because it dropped down inside and I can't get it fished out with a magnet. So I'm going to pull the center section and give me a chance to look at the rear end anyways, because who knows, it could be on the verge of dying too. It's just a stock welded rear end. I haven't exactly planned out how I'm going to get this thing out of here. It's probably just going to be a controlled fall. So you might watch me die on camera. I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll make sure the GoPro doesn't get hit. Don't have the waterproof case on it. Wouldn't want to get any juices on my juices or this juices on the camera. And in this case, something tells me to take off the wedding ring. So we'll set that right there with the camera. If this falls and smashes that onto my finger, that'll just make for even a suckier occasion. Oh goodness. I don't know that heavy is the word for this thing. Oh my gosh. There it is. Right there is the axle stub. Can't really see it until you... Right there. We'll look at it over here. What do you think a 9 inches heavy? Take the center section out of a 9.3 Olds. And of course it won't come out underneath the ladder bar. there's your problem. This is a rear end that I bought from a guy off eBay. He just happened to be in Wauseon, which is about 45 minutes west of here. He parts out Oldsmobiles, old Oldsmobiles. So I went out and got one off of him. Picked what I thought was the better one at the time. I didn't know a whole lot about them. I knew there was better ones than others. This is, I believe, a 58 Olds rear end. That I welded the center section in a lot. And it is actually breaking. Ha! I don't know about that. I don't know if you can see, there's a crack right there in the middle of that puddle, and it comes all the way over into here, and then it's cracked around here. It's cracked there. The spider over here. Oh, it's cracked all the way around. Maybe I put a little bit of money into the old 54 and actually put the right stuff in it. But I tried to weld this thing as much as possible, but you're welding the crappy gear lube covered garbage, and you really can't weld the back side of it because there's a smaller window on the back side, but you can kind of see a hairline crack all the way around that. But everything looks good back inside there. The gear looks alright. It looks like I took a couple pieces through it. Small bits. But I told him I was running a welded 57 rear end and stock axles, and he's like, you'll break it. Then you'll break it, and then you'll put good parts in it. So I think we might be to the point where we're going to put good parts in it, because I don't want to put another set of axles in it with this cracked like this. I think I'm just going to find a spool. You can still buy the spools, and I got to figure out what gear I want to run, because I want to be at the top of the RPM band, you know, about 5,500 to 5,800 through the traps. Because right now I'm in third gear, just hitting the rev limiter on a good run, and it won't launch for crap because of this gear. It's like it's either a 342 or a 360 something. I don't know what the exact number is. I'm going to measure it again, but I measured out at a 350 when I first measured it, but it's a 3. I think it's a 342 because it's not too bad on the highway. So that's it. You can see where it was twisting these too. When the spline comes down and then bends, you know, over. So. And these are the weaker axles. These are the 29 spline, whereas the other ones are 31. So probably try and get the better axles and get a spool for it. Do it right.